and subscribe as you tune into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to react to a post that I seen about Lamar Jackson. He was on Paul George's show, right? And Paul and they were talking about Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan, like when he was at the Wizards, and how great, Michael Jordan, even at the mature age, when he was with the Wizards. I'm not sure how old Michael Jordan was when he was at the Wizards, but even then, if you watch this game, man, you could just see like you can see like the artistry and the skill level was still there. The athleticism was had faded, but that skill level and the knowledge of the game, man, was just impeccable. And so I'm gonna play what Demar Derozan said about watching Michael Jordan back then when Mike was with the Wizards.
Just watch Wizards Jordan and see how incredible he was from 38 to 40 years old. The way he scored the ball, the way he was able to create his shots from the post, from the elbow, off one dribble, off two dribbles, how physical he was in the post, how he was able to create contact and still get to the basket. He wasn't athletic like he was, but still being able to finish over guys. There was such a master of art, how simple he just made the game. I used to watch every bit of Wizards Jordan because it was like, if he doing this at this age, let me figure out how to master these things that he doing, because you don't see everybody doing it. Everybody want to do the dribble, 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 double step back. Nah, let me make the game simple and kill these spots and angles and using my body on a fadeaway, either shoulder. So he was incredible, man.
Man, all right, so that is, as a fan, like, to watch Michael Jordan from day one in the NBA. Like when Mike first hit the league, Mike was like like high flying and athletic and go up under the rim and score and everything. And as his athleticism kind of waned away, while he was still learning the game. And like Demar said, like his footwork, being able to score like over either shoulder, that kind of stuff, man. It just, you grew as Mike grew because you watching him and you're seeing his game develop. And today's, not just today, but a lot of times people are not as efficient as Mike was. Like Demar said, one dribble, two dribble. Like if you get the ball and you can score and sometimes without even dribbling. So one dribble, two dribble, and you score. Like you don't have to dribble the ball like eight. Anybody can get, basically, if you're a guard or a two guard, a one or two or three. Most of the time, if you had an opportunity to dribble like a 10, 15 times, of course you're gonna get open, but you won't be as efficient. And that's one thing I liked about, also I admired about Carmelo Anthony game, right? Carmelo Anthony, he was able to, he was able to, he was very efficient, one or two dribbles. Who else was like that? Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson, I think he scored like about 30 points one game and only dribbled the ball like about three times. Like, it was crazy what Klay Thompson did. He was moving, coming off of picks, catching and shooting. That's efficient. That's professional basketball. That's a professional basketball player when a guy don't have to, he moving and he get to a spot where, as though once he get to that spot, he already in position to score. Like anywhere within 15 to 18 feet, that mid-range game, he moving back and forth across the court, looking for that spot. Then boom, he get the ball. And as a defender, you gotta either go for his pump fake, you gotta respect his jab, and you gotta respect the fact that he could go around you. That's efficient. You know, um, Basketball players and guys today who want to start, like, they want to start at like the top of the key and attack from the top of the key. The defense is set. Um, you know, the double team, you know what I mean? They can double team you, they can trap you. It wasn't like that, with Mike. And like I said, as a fan, watching Mike from day one, watching his game develop, and seeing how intelligent he was, man, that made you a better fan because you was like, oh, okay, I see what he doing now. I see, he not that 40, he don't still have that 48-inch vertical, when he get 37 and 37 to 40. He could still get up from time to time, but when he was at the Wizards, man, I used to like watching him too when he was at the Wizards. When Mike was with the Wizards, man, he was just very efficient. And he had that fadeaway. His footwork was impeccable. So, I mean, you was just at his mercy because he always caught the ball in a position where he was able to score or attack. And then because he was in a position where he could score already, you was at his mercy. Because now if you go for his pump fake, he gonna get an easier shot. And if you don't go for his pump fake or he uses fade away, that's like money in the bank. So you at his mercy. And that's what I said. Like guys who can do that and be efficient like that, like I said, Carmelo Anthony, Klay Thompson, Ray Allen was good at moving without the ball. Who else? Ray Allen. Who else was good? Rip Hamilton was excellent at moving without the ball. Steph Curry is very good at moving without the ball. All that dribbling. Anybody, I'm telling you, man, that's just like being a wide receiver, NFL wide receiver. Like, if you anybody can get open in 5 seconds. But the thing is, at the NFL level, you got to get open in 3 seconds. When you come off that line 1 or 2 steps, you got to be open so the quarterback can hit you. If you got to run around for 5-7 seconds before you can get open, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's all about being efficient and knowing the game. That's why, guys in the NFL, man, you got to be a route runner. You got to know angles and stuff like that because you don't have time to be trying to shake people and going back and forth across the field. Your quarterback getting set, and same thing with basketball players, man. You got to be efficient. You got to be able to score 1 or 2 dribbles. And some guys can score in less than that, 1 or 2 dribbles, you got to be able to get that thing. And that's what Mike mastered that. Kobe mastered that too, right? Kobe, especially by the end of his career, he had that fadeaway. His footwork was impeccable, and that's professional basketball. That's the kind of basketball, man, that real basketball fans appreciate. A guy that just can move on the court like that. And when he catch the ball, anywhere he catch the ball on that court, he is in attack mode. He's, like, ain't no break with somebody like that, man. It got to be, if you're a defender, it has to be so mentally taxing because you don't get no break. Like if you usually some players, you'll see them go into the further they step away from the basket, you'll say, okay, they are you kind of ease your guard up because they're not within their range, or if they shoot right there, it's a lower percentage shot. But professional, Mike was a professional, man, and you never seen Mike catch the ball somewhere where he couldn't score. Like it just was a waste of time. Like what's the point? And for Demar Derozan to, as a young guy, be able to spot that, Mike wasn't a bad guy to study, as far as being efficient, and knowing as his footwork, his efficiency and his footwork was like second to none, really. And yeah, man, I definitely I enjoyed watching Mike too. By that time when Mike got to the Wizards, um, it wasn't always pretty, but it was effective. And then when you looked up at the end of the game, like Mike still had his 20-something points, and the Wizards was during that time, the Wizards to me still was very respectable. They was respectable. I'm trying to think, did they make the playoffs while Mike was there? I think they did. I'm not sure. I won't bet the house on it. But yeah, man. If any basketball player or kid coming up, man, that want to study somebody with that was efficient, had great footwork, that Mike is that dude. Like I said, Kobe studied him, and look what happened to Kobe in his career. So wasn't a bad, he's not a bad mentor to have. And so with that being said, man, y'all make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment, and I will check you all out in the next video. Peace.